How to fill a hard drive in Linux. I'm doing some testing of a piece of code and I want to fill a hard drive with data. I found that DD can make huge files in an instant, but DF disagrees. Here's what I tried. ddf equals /dev/0 of equals filename bs equals 1 count equals 1 seek equals $10 times 1024 times 1024 times 1024. lslh shows a 10 grams file. However, dfh shows that the partition did not shrink. So what do I need to do to make df recognize the data is now taken? I'm hoping for something fast that I code up in a unit test.
The trouble with the seek equals and LT, big number and GT, trick is that the file system is, usually, clever. If part of a file has never been written to, and is therefore all zeros, it doesn't bother to allocate any space for it. So, as you've seen, you can have a 10 GB file that takes up no space. This is known as a sparse file, and can be very useful in some instances. For example, certain database implementations. You can force the space to be allocated with, for example, which will take much longer, but will actually fill the disk. I recommend making the block size much higher than 1, because this will determine how many system calls the DD process makes. The smaller the block size, the more syscalls, and therefore the slower it will run. Though beyond 1 MB or so it probably won't make much difference and may even slow things down.
As another option to this, you can use the yes along with a single string, and it's about 10 times faster than running dd if equals /dev/u random of equals large file. Like this.
If you're just testing for cases with filled file systems, maybe allocate is good enough. And faster too.
You have created what is known as a sparse file, a file that, because most of it is empty, i.e. reads back as \0, doesn't take space on the disk besides what is actually written, 1B, after 10 GB of gap. I don't believe you could make huge files, taking actual disk space in an instant. Taking physical space means the file system needs to allocate disk blocks to your file. I think you're stuck with the old-fashioned ddf equals /dev/0 of equals filename bs equals 100 meters count equals 100, which is limited by your drive sequential write speed.
If you want to